Today we're going to quickly look at snippets inside of Visual Studio Code. Snippets are for lazy programmers like me and like you, and it helps us get everything done extremely quickly. In this example, I'm going to be creating a snippet for a React function component using Typescript. When I'm working on a React TypeScript project, I create about 30 of these things at a time. So I'm going to be creating a snippet that will allow me just to type a couple of letters, and then Visual Studio Code will autofill it for me, and then we can just fill out the variable names. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I'm using Windows, so my shortcut to my preferences is Control-Shift-P. I believe it's Command-Shift-P on Mac, and I'm going to be searching for snippets. I can either create a global snippet file or just edit one of the ones that are already here. So I'm going to search for TypeScript or search for React, and it's going to bring up this TypeScript React snippet. Once you're inside, you'll see a default one commented out. So let's go ahead and create one. So what I'm going to do is first give it a name, my key. So it's just going to be a React function component. You could call yours whatever you like. We have 3 components inside of a snippet. The first thing is a prefix, which is what you type to autofill. So I'm going to type FC for function component. Next, I'm going to give it a quick description that'll show up in the menu. And then finally, the body, which is an array of strings, each separate string being on its own line. So I'm going to go ahead and type in import React from React as I normally would inside of a TSX file. I'm also going to include a new line character to give it one extra space between this and the next line. Next, I'm going to do an export interface I, and then I'm going to do a $, and inside of it, the number 1, :name, and this is going to be my first variable. Wherever I stick this variable inside of the snippet, you're going to be editing all of them at the same time. I'm going to close off the props as empty for now with a new line character as well. In my next line, I'm going to add my const, and then I'm going to have my variable again, and I'm going to put page, and it's going to be of a react.function component. And then I'm going to be inserting the props that I just put in on the previous line. It's going to go inside of the chevrons and look almost exactly the same. Then I'm going to close them off, add my props, and then my arrow function with my open bracket. Now I'm not going to put a new line character here because I want everything to be together. Next, in this line, I'm going to add my return just to return some JSX, but I'm going to put a tab character here so it spaces this part out so it looks nice and neat. I'm going to put a React fragment here, and actually I can do a second variable. I'm just going to give it the number 2 and a default of div, just in case you forget to fill it out. And then I'm going to insert the ending character, which is the $0. That's where the cursor is going to end up at the end. Next, I'm going to close off my function with a new line, and then I'm going to export the default const and then the variable name one more time. And then that's pretty much all I have to do here. So if I go back to the cool page and I type in FC, you'll see my function component pops up. I hit enter and it auto-populates it for me. Now you'll see I can edit the name in all the places here that I put that variable in. And when I hit tab, I can now edit the div and change it to something else if I want. And if I hit tab one more time, the cursor ends inside of the JSX where I had that $0. So that's it, folks. That's how you create a React snippet. Nice and easy, and it will really help you reproduce code that you're going to be writing over and over again extremely quickly. All right, guys, thanks for tuning back in. We'll see you in the next one.